You're listening to the Balanced Educator Podcast, episode number 71. Welcome to the Balanced Educator. We're your hosts, Kaylee
and Josiane from EduCalm. Our intention is to equip and empower you to feel more calm, balanced, and joyful in all aspects of your life.
Hello there and welcome. Do you ever have one of those days where there's a lot going on? Maybe you're feeling a little stressed. You've got a lot of thoughts going wild in your mind, and you sit down to try to calm down or to get in a meditation, and you just can't seem to get into it. You can't get into that feel-good place. Well, today we're going to be sharing 5 visualizations that are going to help you get into that deep state of in your meditation that then you'll be able to actually bring into your daily life whenever you feel that your body's moved into that fight and flight phase and you want to get back into that feeling calm phase. These are little visualizations that are going to help you to get out of your mind and back into your body and back into the present moment. Before we get started, as always, we want to thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you and we love the work that you're doing in the world. You're making a difference every day in who you're being for yourself, how you're showing up for others, and we applaud you. You're awesome. If you're new to the show, welcome. We're so happy to have you here. We invite you to hit that subscribe button on whatever app that you're using to listen to the Balanced Educator Podcast so that you can get our episodes delivered to you every week and you won't miss a beat. All right, let's get into it.
Okay, so today we are talking about visualizations to find our calm place again. And that can be during meditation or during other times of the day. Now, before we get into this, I would like to know, what is a visualization?
So when you're visualizing, you're essentially building a picture in your mind. Now, the really cool thing about our body-mind connection, how our body and mind work together, is that our body actually doesn't know the difference between the reality of what's going on around us and our thoughts that are going on inside of our head, because the thoughts about what's going on around us are what actually dictates the reality, right? So for example, if there's a dog in front of you and you're a person that loves dogs, your thoughts about the dog are, oh, what a cute dog. I want to pet this dog. And then your body creates happy emotions. If you're a person that's scared of dogs, you see that exact same dog and you go, oh no, a dog, what's going to happen? I hope it doesn't come near me. And those thoughts create the emotions for fear and create that fight and flight response. So every single thing that we experience in our life, our experience of it is dictated by the thoughts we have about it. So we can use this to our advantage and actually use our mind to develop, to visualize pictures of situations that help us to create the emotions that we want to feel. So if we want to feel calm, we can visualize these different things that help our body to feel safe, that help our body to perceive that we are in a situation that our body can relax in.
Yes, this is so perfect if you're feeling stressed or anxious or overwhelmed. Just doing a visualization, it's like an easy way even just to get out of your body for a minute, just like float away in another little world, and that will just help your body to calm itself, to refine that rest and restore mode, right? Yeah.
So what is the first visualization?
The first visualization that we're going to talk about is the ocean scuba diver. So fun.
So I really like, especially when I'm having days that I'm feeling very emotional and there's a lot going on in my mind. I like to visualize the ocean at the very top of the ocean, if there's crazy weather going around, you have these big waves and it's like crazy and chaotic at the surface of the ocean. But as you go deeper, then you're in that same ocean, you're in the same water, but you're not feeling those waves. You're feeling this smooth, low current. As you go even deeper, it's calm, it's dark, and no matter what's happening on the surface, the deeper you go into that ocean, the more soothing, the more calming, the more peaceful it is. So I really like to, when I'm sitting in my meditation and I have a lot going on at the surface of my ocean, I actually visualize myself starting off on the top and diving down deeper. And then when those thoughts come back in to distract me from that peaceful place, I visualize that, oh, I've let myself come back to the surface. Let's dive back down.
That's so nice.
Yeah. So then it helps me to ride those waves of thoughts. So I'm not like, oh no, I'm not supposed to be thinking thoughts. I just go, oh, I've come up. Let's dive back down. I've come up. Let's dive back down.
And if you've actually ever been scuba diving, like you just know that once you're below the water, it is the most calming, beautiful, serene thing on the planet. For me anyway, once I got over the weirdness of
Breathing
the
underwater.
breathing thing, yeah. But if you can get past that or not think about it in
Yeah.
the visualization, yes.
Yeah.
So awesome.
So then I like to take this into my regular day. So, I practice this visualization during my meditation. Then this is kind of like a thing I have in my back pocket when I'm in a moment of my day where I recognize, oh, I'm at the surface of very windy waters and I am feeling very emotional. Okay, let's just go deeper. Let's dive down. Let's get out of the chaos. And I can kind of do that on the fly now. It's a nice little visualization that helps my body get back to calm.
And this one really makes me think of the one in EduCalm Classroom in self-awareness, in the module self-awareness of and emotions.
The fish in the ocean.
The fish in the ocean. Oh,
love
so
that one.
good. All right, number 2 is light bath. What does that mean?
This is my favorite visualization to do. On those days where you're just kind of feeling like, wah, wah, like,
Wah, wah.
Yeah. You know what that means, right? Where you're just like not feeling bright and shiny. You're just feeling kind of blah, and you just want something to boost you up and give you those feel good feelings. So when I want to feel that way, I sit in my meditation and I imagine my body like an empty container. And with every inhale, I imagine that I'm pouring a jug of golden, white, shimmering, beautiful light. Kind of like almost like a liquid lava kind of thing, but like shinier and sparklier. And with every inhale, I'm pouring that jug through the top of my head and it's going all the way down to the bottom of my toes. And with each breath, I'm pouring a little bit more. And I literally feel like this makes me feel sparkly and shiny as I'm visualizing this light filling my body. It actually makes me feel lighter and brighter and like this happy, positive version of myself.
And it's fun because you can pick the color you want to
Yes.
fill yourself with, right? Like if you feel like you need to calm yourself, you could pick like a blue or a turquoise or,
Yeah.
I like that visualization of choosing your color that feels good right now.
Yeah, that's actually something that I do with my students a lot. And we actually do have a light bath
In EduCalm Classroom.
in EduCalm Classroom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Helps students to relax or helps them to feel more energized depending on the color that you visualize. So interesting.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense because colors are attached to like moods, right?
Yeah.
Like red.
Yeah.
What does, we always perceive red as like love or like fire, right?
Yes.
Like, yeah. So, and blue is calming like the ocean.
Yeah.
The next one we have on our list, number 3, is also one that is found in EduCalm Classroom. It's actually in the Introduction to Mindfulness. And our audience, you can grab the Intro to Mindfulness for free at podcast.educalm.com, and you will click on episode 71. That's like a whole month of mindfulness for you. But one of the themes that we talk about in this intro is the theme of the flashlight. Can you explain that, please?
Yes. So in mindfulness, a body scan is such a core practice of the mindfulness practice. It's practicing paying attention to one thing at a time and recognizing when your focus has shifted to thoughts or sounds or anything else that's distracting you from the thing that you've decided to focus on. So I find it super helpful for myself as an adult and super helpful for kids too, to imagine a flashlight so that your attention is this flashlight that you're pointing at one area of your body at a time. So starting with your toes, you point the flashlight at your toes and you try to notice all the sensations you can feel in your toes. Can you feel tingling? Can you feel temperature? Can you feel energy? Do your feet feel energetic or do they feel calm? Trying to be like
Inspector. No. Detective. That's not. I think inspector in French.
Inspector Gadget.
Go, gadget flashlight.
Oh, so good.
Okay, you only know that if you grew up in the same times as us.
Oh, so good. Everyone knows Inspector Gadget.
Do they?
I'm sure they do.
I hope so.
If you don't,
because he's
YouTube
awesome.
it or something.
He's awesome.
Anyway, so trying to be super curious and notice more than you would normally notice. Like you're really zooming in on that area of your body and studying it. Then you move that flashlight onto your lower legs and then slowly up to your upper legs and your hips and your stomach and moving through all the areas of your body with kindness and compassion. So you aren't judging the sensations that you're feeling. You're just being a detective and noticing what's there. Inspector. Okay, what's the next one?
Yes, moving on. But before we do, just a reminder that this is also a practice that is in EduCalm Classroom in our Intro to Mindfulness module. Mm-hmm. And you can grab it at podcast.educalm.com and you click on episode 71. It'll be there for you. It's free. The next one is number 4, bones outward. What does that mean?
Okay, so this is kind of along the same lines of the flashlight where you're noticing one area of your body at a time. But I find when we're doing the flashlight, you're kind of noticing the external sensations. When we do bones outward, you're focusing on first the bones in your foot. Like imagining, I like to imagine. Yeah, I like
I've never done that before.
So yeah, I like to imagine that I'm actually like going into the marrow of my bones and then sensing, visualizing each layer of tissue as I move outward.
Should we have an episode just on what's in the body?
Yeah, maybe you have to have a little bit of anatomy knowledge for this, but essentially you're starting at the center, you're starting at the bones, and then you're expanding your awareness outwards. So you're now noticing your muscles, and then your skin, and then like within your skin, and then the surface of your skin, and then the space around. So then you move up to your lower legs. Notice the very center of your bones. Move your awareness outwards. Notice the sensations in your muscles. Move through the tissues until you can feel your skin.
I feel relaxed just listening to this.
That's the goal. Then feel the surface of your skin. Now sense the space around your lower legs and then continuing to move up through your whole body. I find that really helps me to get into a very relaxed state.
I love it. I've never tried that before. That's going to be my next go-to. I'm going to try
go.
that out. The next one, this one I love. Number 5 is to grow roots, the visualization.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
This is
so calming.
Yes. This
and
is my
grounding.
Yeah. It's my favorite one to use. You know, when you're feeling like you're being pulled in all directions and you're having a hard time.
Teach your life.
Yes.
Hashtag teach your life.
Yes. Like when you feel like your brain's like, ooh, this, that, oh yeah, can't forget this.
Squirrel.
Oh, yeah, this, yeah. Squirrel, piece of candy. Yeah. So when you're feeling kind of like flighty and you need to come back down to earth and find your center again. So as I'm sitting, I imagine that I'm a tree and I'm growing roots out of my butt. And into the earth. And then, so with every inhale, I imagine that I'm sending the roots deeper. And with every exhale, I'm like succumbing to the support of the earth beneath me. Like I'm allowing my body to rest on the earth and trusting that it's holding me and I don't have to hold myself. It really helps to, let go of that feeling like I have to do it all. It has to all be done now and it's all on my plate, and going, okay, I'm supported. So every inhale, you grow the roots, you imagine those roots growing deeper and thicker and wider and actually reaching for the nutrients that you need in the earth, pulling up whatever it is that your body needs, that your mind needs, that your soul needs in that moment to fill you up, connect you, and connect to the power of the earth. I love that one.
That is seriously the most calming, grounding thing to do.
Yeah.
And this episode has made me feel very calm and relaxed. So thank you.
Yeah. And then to top it off, one last thing, I like to finish my visualization with like that a flower has grown out of the top of my head.
Oh, that's
so
cute.
It's like I've reached down, I've pulled up all the nourishment that I need from the earth so much that I'm able to flourish.
That's so interesting. I always picture that I'm more like a tree.
Interesting.
So I've never thought of the flower thing before. That's fun. I like it. All right.
I like to think of, I'm going to go a little deeper with this.
Of course you will.
Yeah. So the reason I really like the flower is because I think as a teacher, we often feel like we need to give, and that we are being emptied as we're giving. So when I feel connected to the earth, I'm reminded that it's not depleting me, it's always flowing through me. So I'm pulling up all the nutrients I need from the earth. I'm becoming this flower that then bees can come and grab my pollen, and that's not taking away from me. It's just a part of me, and I'm constantly
spreading
being
the love.
refilled. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, 5 different visualizations that you can practice during your meditation, but then it's a visualization that you can go back to in the moment when you're feeling a little bit all over the place or when you're feeling depleted or however you're feeling. You can bring that into your life and just bring your mind, even while you're in the middle of doing something. Our brain is so powerful. We can, even when we're in the middle of working with our students, we can remind ourselves like, oh yeah, I'm the ocean, or oh yeah, I'm the flower. Oh yeah, I'm the, bring ourselves back out of that fight and flight state and into the present moment.
It's an awesome strategy. So just a quick recap, we've got the scuba diving visualization, the light bath, using the flashlight, going from the bones outward, and then the growing roots. And your exit for today is to try one of these out and then let us know how it went. And you can do that by connecting with us on Instagram at educalm, EDUCALME.
And don't forget that you can get the list of these strategies at podcast.educalm.com and click on episode number 71. So we are going to be taking a break for the month of July. We have one more episode coming up for you that we're super excited to share. We are going to be sharing next week a guided visualization mindfulness practice that's going to be using one of the visualizations we talked about today, so that if you want to practice this throughout the summer or whenever, you'll always have our next episode to go back to for a free guided visualization mindfulness practice.
Have an awesome, awesome week.
See you next week. Bye.